Welcome to Doral Voice Community Radio. My name is Manny Sarmiento. I'm the president of the Doral Chamber of Commerce. Today, we are obviously speaking English. Okay, normally we do this show in Spanish en Doral Biz Radio, pero hoy estamos en inglés con un gran invitado. Pero antes de empezar, queremos avisarles de que tenemos la revista lista Taste of Doral. Pueden ir a la página A Taste of Doral y ven los especiales de los restaurants. All of our Doral Chamber member restaurants are featured in Taste of Doral magazine. We have special events coming up. March 23rd, we have Expo Miami 2022 at the Miami Airport Convention Center. Get your table now. Reserve your table for that. We have a very, very, very special guest today. This is going to be fun. We're going to have fun today, right, James?
Yes, we are.
All right. We have James Tobon. How do you pronounce it?
James, like James Bond.
James Tobon. James Tobon. James Tobon. From Drone Training US. Now, I'm having problems switching to Spanish now. To English now. Isn't that exciting?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
You're translating to translate the translation.
I do this every week in Spanish. Now I got to do it in English. Okay. All right. James Tobon, Drone Training US. I met you, about 5-6 years ago, I think.
We were 5 years ago, exactly.
And you started Drone Training School, which is excellent. And we're going to talk about why you need to come to some of the drone classes for Part 107, etc. So we'll talk about that. So, James, this is fun. You have a job, not a job, you have a business where you fly drones. That's exciting. People have to pay to fly drones, right? And you get paid to fly drones.
I get paid to have fun.
You get paid to have fun. I love that. That's the best kind of job, right?
Right, yeah.
All right, love it, love it. And you got two of our samples here. I know Julia's going to put them on the air in a bit here. Yeah, those are two of our examples. What kind of drones do you have there?
Right there, I have the DJI Phantom 4. That's the most common one in the market. Is the one that everybody knows.
The white one?
The white one, yes. That's the DJI Phantom 4, and it's a really good drone. I also brought DJI Mavi Enterprise Advanced. That one is to do thermal inspections, roof inspections, solar panel inspections, and so many more services.
Thermal? Wow.
Yeah.
Can you see through walls like the James Bond movies?
Yes, okay. You can see a lot more than the eye can see.
Can you fire at somebody?
No, that's not.
That's not one of those drones, right?
No. That's for to help.
Okay. So these are helpful drones, not hurtful drones. Yeah. Okay. Good. Is that the DJI? What's the one, the gray one?
DJI Mavic. That's the Mavic line.
Now they have them. That's a bigger line, but they have smaller ones, right?
Yes, they also have DJI Mavic Mini.
I saw that.
It's a lot smaller.
And those work good. Those are not a toy. Those are actual.
They're not a toy anymore. They have a professional camera, and they're really strong on the wing. They look like a toy because of the size, but they are very good. They have really good quality camera, so you can be able to work with it, and the size is impressive.
Wow. Are they 1080, 4K? What are
4K?
Both of them 4K?
Yes.
Awesome. So how did you get involved in drones, and how did you start drone training school?
Well, 5 years ago, my wife gave me a toy drone, the palm of the size of my palm.
The ones I have, right?
No.
I have the big toy drones.
Right. No.
You take them outside, they fly away.
Mine was a toy as well, but it was really tiny. It was super small, very difficult to fly. And by doing that, learning little more about drones, I got so engaged with that, learning about photography, videography, marketing, and so many services that you can provide by flying drones. And in no time flew, now 5 years in, and now we are the best drone training school in the Florida area.
You're detailed. I took your courses. We used to have your courses over at the training center that we had on 112th here in Doral, and I learned a lot. A lot of things we didn't know. A lot of things we're going to discuss today about drones. Questions people might have, because a lot of people think these are toys,
right? Yeah.
But they're not, and you can have a business flying drones, right?
I call them money makers. It's a money machine.
Money makes, but you have fun because what do they call it? The boys with the toys, right? I love drones. I love anything that flies. But now the girls are getting involved, and they're having the girls with the toys, the drones.
Right. I have two little girls, and they know how to fly. They understand the procedure, and they think that I'm always playing, that I'm always having fun. They don't know that I'm working.
How old are the girls? now?
8 and 10.
Wow, grown up.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. I don't know if Julio, you have the video. Can we show the video? Let's show a video. I don't know which one you queued up. I'm sure it was a good one. So here we go. So
Yeah.
what are you doing here? You can see me.
This is a DJI Mavic Enterprise Advanced.
That's the one you have here, right?
Yes, that's an expensive drone because you can provide very qualified services like Florida Power. They pay to inspect the lines.
I've seen that. I saw that in their commercials. They show it in the commercials. Funny.
But the first thing that they do, they're gonna ask you for a drone pilot license. And lots of people don't know if you wanna make money with drones, you need a drone pilot license.
Oh, okay. So is that what you do? That's what you do in the class, right?
That's our main focus is to help people to get their licenses in a fast pace.
Okay. And so is it? I can fly it. What kind of license? I can't fly with my driver's license.
No, not the driver license. It's the same license that the airplane pilots get. The difference is that is the title. The title on your license would say remote pilot, and airplane pilots they have a different ratings. Those things are called ratings, and it's under the FAA. We are ruled and regulated under the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. Those are the ones that provide the license.
So let me understand. If I buy a drone and I just want to fly it for me, I need a license?
Yes.
For me or for commercial?
If you fly as a hobby, you need now it's mandatory to have a trust. Trust is another test that is now forced for every drone pilot. If you're not making money with drones, you have to comply with the trust. It's a test for recreational pilots.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, there is a fine for that. If you're flying a toy drone, and if you don't have that under your requirements, you can get a fine of $1,500.
Well, I saw that when we tried to fly it at one of the parks in Doral, they wouldn't let us. We had to get special permission for one of the classes, and especially since Doral is very much in line with the airport. So and also police have no idea about the requirements. I've seen that in the videos, right? They have no idea what you have to have, what you don't have.
They're learning little by little.
They're learning.
Yeah, we have trained different police entities from different cities. They have come here to Miami, and we have trained them, and they leave surprised. There's so much information they need to know before they fly. Also to regulate people when they see people out there, they cannot just come out to you and say, stop flying. If you don't know, how can you tell me to stop flying?
Yeah, but I'm saying, so you're saying they're learning more and more about it. Because when you started teaching the classes, there was a lot of videos out there about police harassing people flying drones because they had no idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you pulling out there? Let's see. Okay.
Now that you mentioned that, like one time, I was harassed by the police and by the FAA.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. and guess what happened?
What?
I was hired to do the Fast and Furious launch movie, here in Miami.
Cool.
And I did the whole procedure that has to be done. And one of the steps wasn't approved by the FAA. And we didn't get it. It wasn't through an email. And the company didn't tell me that the flight wasn't approved. But the rest of the requirements that I did it myself was everything in order.
Uh-huh.
And guess what happened? I was doing my job, and the police came, fire department came, the FAA inspector came, and they start questioning me and taking pictures of where do I go? This way?
Yeah, this camera right here.
Okay. So
that was taken by the police department?
yeah, those pictures. This is my license.
That's your license?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they started taking pictures of me, of my equipment, everything. Here is the equipment.
What was the purpose for them taking pictures of your equipment?
And look, this is this is me. I was flying the drone when they show up. Look at my face. And say, hey, how you doing? I thought I was famous because they started taking pictures of me. They said, hey, please, put your drone down. We need to verify that you're flying if you're compliant. And I told him, yes, look, I pull up all my information, my insurance, my permit to fly. The drone was on lock because it was a no-fly zone. Everything was in order. But one step that was through an email wasn't approved. And because of that, I was under investigation for 6 months. And look, they sent me this big package. And the first page of this package says, please send back all your FAA licenses.
Send back to
them, to the FISDO, to the Federal Aviation Administration. So my license got revoked. I used to fix airplanes as well.
You worked avionics, right?
Yeah, I used to do maintenance, electronic maintenance on airplanes. And those licenses to work on planes got revoked as well because they are below the FAA rules and regulations.
Wow. That sounds like something they would do in Canada to you, right?
Right. So listen, well, the fine was $33,000.
What?
I also could go to jail because I was doing that flight. But since I proved that I knew what I was doing, that I followed the procedure, they let me go, and they put me under investigation. And what they did was they just revoked my license for a year.
Wow.
So I cannot touch an airplane for a year. I couldn't fly drones. I appealed for it, and they let me retake. And now I have a brand new license now, so I can work. But I cannot work on planes.
You can't work on avionics?
I cannot work on airplanes for a year because of that.
You sure that wasn't in Canada?
That was here in
That happened
Miami.
in this country?
Yeah, that was here in Miami.
Okay.
Here I got the badge. I got plenty badges from different cool jobs that I'm very proud. And here I have the Fast and Furious.
I don't know if you see, oh, awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
F9. I didn't know. You got to tell me which parts you did. I want to watch them. Great.
That's my shot right there.
Great movie. Have you seen it? And now they're using them in NASCAR. You see that? They do the tracking on the track with, of course, they give it the fancy name for Fox or whoever's doing the show.
All the big events notice that they got more attention from the public when they're doing the shots from the drum.
But it's so cool to see. I love NASCAR, you know.
Right.
And it's actually better to watch NASCAR on TV than it is because cars just going around. But when they do this, they follow the cars around
Right.
on the drone. Now they put cameras now everywhere on those cars.
Yeah.
So they have them inside the car. They have this weekend in the Daytona 500. They had it on the bottom part of the front fender. It's so cool because at one part towards the end there was a big crash.
And it was recorded?
They were showing that camera from, and then all of a sudden a big crash happened. Daytona always has big crashes at the end. It was so cool.
It's like a part of the show.
But watching those scenes on drones is so cool because they're following the car. Better, they can't do that with a camera. It looks like, it's going to be the same with the camera, the big cameras with the big lenses, but it's so much different.
It's different perspective, different feeling, and they have more engagement from the public because of that.
Wow. So you're not doing avionics anymore? You're actually having fun now?
And now I'm only
Did
having
you like
fun.
Did you like avionics? Did you?
Yes. It was a beautiful job. It was very intimate because you had to go inside the airplane and see it, and you have a lot of responsibility because if you make a mistake fixing an airplane, you can have 200 people lives. So it was something very nice.
But now you're getting paid to fly drones. I love it. I know, Julio, you want to fly drones for a living? It's cool stuff, huh?
I would love to.
Well, you can take the class with James here.
It's not as difficult as it looks.
I know, and they're steady. Now, I have a few questions here, which I thought would be interesting for the audience to be informed on, because a lot of people, like we've said from the beginning, people don't know, have no idea about drones. I have a toy drone. It flies very good, but I can't take it outside because it flies away. But when you taught me about drones, and we took, I think, 2 of these, And of course, we had to get special permits. We're going to talk about that in a second. That was so much fun. It was so much. And then I had the little racing drone. That was I gave it to my nephew. He loved it. He learned how to fly it once he was 6 years old too.
And you'll be surprised what are those little racing drones are doing now. There is one guy that is making $25,000 a day filming for Porsche, filming movies with that type of drone.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, we you do this as a business. Is there a lot of demand for drone pilots?
Every day there is more and more demand. Every industry out there are using drones. And let me tell you this, 40 years ago when the cell phone came out, nobody knew what was going to happen. And how many people nowadays has a cell phone?
Yeah, everyone, of course. Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
That's the same route that the drone are taking. They're going that every industry, every people, they're going to have something to do with a drone. And Amazon, Google, all the companies, they got approved to do drone delivery. So there's nothing that, it might happen. No, it's happening.
Yeah.
Texas is doing it. Virginia is doing it. They're doing drone delivery.
Wow.
So it's something for real. Here in Miami, there is a company that is offering drone delivery. Two young guys, they put a drone, they got it together, and now they're approved drone delivery company.
Oh.
And those drones are not that expensive. It's a low investment business, something that anybody can get in. It's something that can be done in really fast. You don't need 2-year degree to do this.
Now, the most common ones are what? Real estate?
Real estate is one of the most common ones.
If they want to get into the business, real estate, special events like weddings.
Weddings, birthday parties, and you can name it. And if there is something that you think you can provide with drones, you can do that. Like I did one time, I did a gender reveal with a drone.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so because here in Miami, everybody's paying $1,500, $2,500 to do a gender reveal from a helicopter or from an airplane. And I say, well, we have small planes too. We can do that. I already did one. It was successful. It was very nice. Everybody liked it. And people are calling, I want to do my gender reveal with something different, with a drone. Not with balloons, not with bots,
Cool.
but a drone coming from nowhere and then drop your reveal and say it's a boy or a girl.
Cool. Now, when you taught us and showed us with drones, and how far can a drone fly?
The distance of the drone is large. It's a lot. You can go to 5 miles, depends on the drone. But we had to follow some rules in order to fly legally.
Okay, there's too many rules. We'll talk about some of the rules, but not all of them, obviously. Even how you can go certain areas. You can't fly a drone in a landing zone, airport zones. These are equipped with GPS, and then they shut off. They will not fly in a no-fly zone. Specific areas, and you have to know how to navigate and learn those areas, right?
Correct. The drones knows the location.
These drones, I mean the professional.
Yes.
Let's call them professional drones.
Professional drones. Toy drones, they don't know. They don't have the same technology, so they can fly anywhere. That's why now it's required to have the trust. That's why every drone pilot, even if it's a toy, you need to have the trust. You need to do a test for recreation. It's a test that is free. It's done online. You don't have to pay nobody to do this. But it's something that has to be done.
Now, the professional drones, you have to register, right?
Yes, professional drones is from 250 grams. If the drone weighs more than 250 grams, it has to be registered. But if you're making money with any drone, you have to register that drone as well, even if it's not as heavy.
And you have to get a license if you're doing it commercially, which is Part 107?
Part 107 is the drone pilot license. And if you want to make something with a drone, you need that license because you can do government contracts, big events, and those are the ones that pay better. And those are the ones that are more regulated. Because a lot of people think, I never get pulled over when I'm driving my car. Why would I get the license? So it's not that. It's not like that. It's about the business because the license is the one that opens the doors for you.
Okay, so you said law enforcement is learning more about the legality of flying drones. So they're no longer stopping you saying you can't do that when you're legally allowed to do that because you have your Part 107, you're in the right place, and you're following all the regulations. The Part 107 FAA regulations, and a police officer comes in, you can't be flying that drone here. So that doesn't happen anymore?
It is happening more because now they're more educated. But if that happens, that's why you need to do your due diligence before you go and do your service.
I see.
I get stopped sometimes, and I'd say, look, I got hired by this company, I got my permit to fly, and following the law, and they leave me alone.
I see.
So that's how it works.
Cool. Okay, good. I'm glad because I saw a lot of videos. You showed me a lot of videos about people getting stopped and fined and their drones confiscated and all that, like Canada, right?
Right.
I got a hit on Canada today. Okay, that's ridiculous what's going on, but that's politics. I'm not talking about that. So, how difficult? Well, where can I fly a drone and where can I not fly a drone?
Well, if you're close to an airport, you're not allowed to fly. There are some rules that you need to follow.
What about here? We're close to the airport.
I need to check the GPS and see because the software tells me how close I am and how high I can go.
So you can check. There's an app that you can check?
Yeah, the app to fly the drone tells you the distance from the airport, and it also tells you you are regulated to this height. So the closer you get, the lower you can fly.
Because you used to have to figure that out yourself, except the maps. You can see the maps on the app, right?
Yes, there is few apps that we use to fly drones, and one that we use is Before You Fly. That one is by the FAA, and that one is the one that tells you if there is something happening around your area, then you cannot fly. For example, if the president is here, nobody's allowed to fly. So you can get in big trouble if you're flying on that day. So you have to wait until those are called TFRs. You have to wait.
What's it called?
TFRs.
TFRs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to check that app before you fly.
Okay. So let's say the president comes to visit the Doral Chamber of Commerce, and he's in our building, and is there anything that like blocks the signal, like the airports block the signals?
No, the drone software has some. It will block you if you're close to the airport. But then if there is an event at the Doral Chamber, there is no rules there to fly. Mm-hmm. You can fly there. But the president shows up on one specific day, the drone won't get locked. But the rule is out.
Okay, you know? The rule. Okay.
So that's what it is. That's why you have to check. That's how people get in trouble because they don't know that they have to follow some procedures.
Now, I heard that the Miami airport is testing some kind of new system because there was a lot of problems with drones getting too close to the airport and getting too close. So Miami airport has some kind of system that can actually track the drone back to the pilot, the drone pilot, right?
That's the beauty of this business. Good. That there is so many avenues to get into that there is few companies that are providing that service to block drones to come to your event. That you say, look, I'm having a private event. It can be filmed by nobody outside the company. So there is a company that says, okay, let me do a fence. And let me do an invisible fence that there is no drone that's going to be able to fly to your event.
So the technology is there, so we can't see Shakira swimming in her swimming pool in the back of her.
But she has the system installed in her house that it won't happen. No
okay, so we can't film Shakira
from above. No.
From above. Okay, yeah. All right, I got you. Okay.
There is one guy that got 8 years. He went to jail for 8 years because he was flying close to a very important person from Dubai.
Wow. And this is federal. This isn't local. This isn't state. This is a federal law. It's FAA, federal law.
Yes.
So what are some of the penalties?
The penalties go from $500 to $33,000. Wow. You can go to jail, as I just mentioned. One guy he went to jail for 8 years because he was too close to someone that he shouldn't be, and so many more. Like realtors, there's a couple of realtors they got caught flying drones and they got questioned and they didn't have the license.
Yeah, the Part 107.
Yeah, and that's those they get fines for $1,500 for, and even though they're doing their property, but they're doing it commercially. That's considered as commercial.
Do you do just the drone training, or do you do real estate and filming of events? Because I know you got tired of weddings. All your family was asking you to go do their wedding and do their kids' party, and all. I remember that.
Yeah, I used to be invited to every single party, like all my friends.
You were popular. Just bring the drone.
If you're coming to the party, don't forget your drone.
Don't forget the drone. Bring the drone, please, James. Okay, come to the party. Yeah. Lots of food, barbecue. Okay, lots of beer. Okay.
That's what opened my mind when I saw so much demand.
Just pay for it, okay?
Yeah.
Just pay for it. Okay. How you talked about? I asked you about height.
No.
And distance, height, and distance. How far can these drones go with not losing the drone, right? Because you can lose a drone.
Right.
You lost one over a lake, right? In the lake.
Yes. Due to lack of knowledge, I lost one already over the water.
No, in the water.
In the water, yeah. I was flying over the water, and I got too close, and it's a class. To talk about that is a long class. So. But that's how you learn, and that's what I do. I help people to avoid mistakes. All the time that I spend, all the money that I spend, all the mistakes that I did throughout the years, that's what I do. I show you. I take people by hand. I tell, here, don't do this, don't do that. So I save money and time to all the people that wants to get into the drone business.
Yeah, because these drones. I mean, the Phantom is what, 1,500?
1,700.
1,700. This one here, you said it's expensive?
It's 6,500.
This one's called what again? DJI?
Enterprise Advanced.
Enterprise, but what about the small DJI?
The mini,
Mini?
DJI Mini, they start at 300 on up. They had 3 different models.
And they have good reviews, right?
That's I call it a mini monster. I used it a lot, and that's the drone that I use to fly indoors because it's so small. I can start flying from outside and get through the door and then go around the property, inside the property, and show in a different way, not just not just pictures, but like everybody walking into a property, and it looks very nice, very attractive, and that's what we also are doing now.
But in some of these drones, how easy is it to crash them? And what about collision avoidance? They used to have it for the front, they have it for front, back, and...
Depends on the drone. Like the DJI Mini, it doesn't have any sensors.
Oh,
so that one you can crash anywhere. Yeah.
Ouch. But those are only 400, right? What about the $1,700 one? Yeah.
That one is well protected. It has a 360 degrees sensors, so it won't crash.
The Phantom or
the Phantom and the Mavic, the Pro, they have 360 degrees protection. So when you get close to an obstacle, it will stop. It won't go more. It won't go no more.
What's a good starter drone for someone who wants to start a business? Which one would you pick?
I would say the DJI Mini is something unbelievable. You see it and say, for real? But the image is strong on the wing. It flies a long time. And according to drones that they used to fly 18 minutes, now this one flies 30 minutes. Double the time.
Does the Mini have, you showed us some of these drones, they know automatically when the battery's running out and then they fly back. Can you explain how that works?
Well, the drones are equipped with smart batteries. So they are called smart batteries because they know when they have the last juice, the last little bit of battery. So it will send you a message into your screen. It says, I got plenty battery to come back home. So you say, yes, okay, come back to me.
It comes back by itself.
And it will come back by itself. That's one of the reasons. And the other reason to get the drone coming back to you is if you lose signal. If you send it too far out, or if you're flying behind a building, it will lose signal. And then that's how it gets back to you. So they're smart. They're pretty reliable.
Okay. And that's important because they're expensive.
Yeah.
Can you get in, there's some kind of insurance for them, right?
Yes, there are different companies that are providing drone insurance. You can buy by an hour, by the day, by the month, by the year. There's different ways. Depends on how much do you use the drone. If you're using it a lot, I highly recommend to buy the year. It's a lot.
That's in case you lose or you crash the drone, right?
No, this is for liability.
Oh, liability insurance. Okay.
Yes, they protect the client. They start with 1 million. Good jobs, they always ask you for insurance, minimum of 1 million.
Now, one of the things I remember about the Part 107 is you're not supposed to fly it over a group of people, right?
It used to be. Now the law has improved. Now it gets better every day. We couldn't fly drones at night before. Now we can. Now we had to add a light to a beacon light. So other drones and other pilots can see that you're airborne, that you're flying.
I see.
Okay, so now we can fly at night, and we can also fly over people. It will fly in a DJI Mini, not the big ones. So everything has a rule, and if you know it, if you understand, you can take advantage of that and provide the service. That's why it's so important to have a DJI Mini, because you can do some service that the Phantom can do. So it doesn't matter. You need to know, understand that if you follow different rules, you can take advantage of different equipments.
Wow, that's cool. Julio, can we make sure that his website is up, please? It's dronetraining.us?
Dronetrainingus.com.
Oh, dronetrainingus.com.
Yes.
Dronetrainingus.com, and Julio will pop that up there. If you want to take the Part 107, are you teaching just the license part, or are you teaching the flying, the actual flying?
We do private classes. We get a lot of one-on-one classes. There is a lot of recreational pilots that they call, and they are afraid to make a mistake. And they say, can you guide me? Can you tell me what to do, what not to do, and how to make the best of my drone? Like, there is people that buy the drone and they leave it in a box for a year because they're afraid to crash it.
Yeah, I would be. I had you saw the ones I fly.
Those are really good.
I can crash. But no, so
I know a few toy drones that are really good to learn. And then if you learn how to fly on a toy drone, that will make that get you your flying skills better.
I got really good with those. Remember them?
No, you fly those like butter. Like
yeah, well, I'd have to, now I don't remember how to fly those, the DJI. So, but the toy drones. What are some of the other rules? The Part 107. Now it's got it up there. All right. Oh, here we go. Another video. Awesome. You can show. Oh, that's the website.
That's the website. Yeah.
Okay.
So as you can see, we do private classes, corporate, and we also do kids. We teach kids.
I saw when you were doing that. That's cool. That's one. I think you had one of your daughters teaching the class or doing the class, right?
Yeah, they help me sometimes. I said, let's go play.
Well, that is a really nice website, by the way. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's not the one I did. It's not the one I did for you originally. This is much better.
So you see, as you can see on the pictures, this is one of the coolest gigs ever, because one day you can be on a yacht, one day you can be filming a celebrity, you can be anywhere in the world because you can travel, you can do hotels for a living, you can go and have vacations and have the drone pay for your vacations.
You went to Egypt. You filmed in Egypt, right?
Dubai, Mexico, so many places, so many countries. And thanks to the drone, because it gives me the freedom, it gives me the time, and I'm making money.
That's it. I'm closing the chamber. I'm gonna go fly drones, man. All right, Julio, let's go fly drones, man. Okay, that's it. Chamber's closed. No, just kidding. All right. So, how do I avoid losing my drone? Now, we're continue talking about speaking about the professional ones, right?
Correct. Yeah. So we always follow a safety procedure that to always have your drone line of sight. You always want to see your drone. That way you don't make a mistake. And then...
Can you use a spotter? Somebody know?
Yes, the rule says that you can use a spotter if you need to go farther, if you need to focus on the video, so someone else can look at the drone.
Yeah, because you're looking at what the drone is filming.
Right.
So it's very hard to look at the drone, keep it line of sight, right? Let's see. Oh, there you go. Okay.
So as you can see here, the drone has the camera on the bottom.
This is a real one, right? This is not one of the mock-up ones, right?
No, this is the $1,700 drone.
Okay, good.
This is the Phantom 4.
This is the Phantom 4. Is that the latest Phantom?
Yes, this is the latest and the last one, because they're not making this drone no more.
Really? Wow.
Even though it's a really good drone, I highly recommend this kind of drone, because this drone is really good for mapping. That's one of the 1,000 services that you can fly around a property and get it a 3D map of that property.
We can leave it here. It's better. So this is a DJI Phantom 4.
Correct.
Okay, so you can use a spotter.
Yes.
Okay. Your app, we already said that if the battery starts running low, it will it will tell you. You have to hit a button for it to come back to you, or does it come back to you automatically?
Either way, you can use the automatic button to come back to you, or you can let it do it by itself. So, I was saying that one of the safety procedures is when you're flying, if you have a spotter, you can focus on the screen. Everything that the drone sees through the camera, you're gonna see it here. Okay, so
This one is the one that has collision avoidance, right?
yes,
Okay.
right here, you can see the sensors in the back, on the sides,
Oh, all sides. Wow.
in the front, in the bottom. So you're well protected.
I'm gonna buy one today.
I can also help you with that. Now we
Oh,
are
good.
approved to sell drones. We are resellers.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I was
So-
gonna buy the because DJI makes all kinds of stuff. The DJI mic, the new
The
lavalier,
wireless.
can't find it. No, they
It's
don't have it
sold
yet.
out? Yeah.
No, they're not out yet. Supposedly,
Oh.
March 22nd.
Yeah.
Because they make person
The gimbal, the
they
manual.
make the gimbal, and now they're up to the Osmo 5, right?
Correct.
Drones, they make the little portable gimbal one.
They're competing with GoPro. They're doing similar cameras at GoPro really well, waterproof. All those things we use when we're creating content for companies, because we not only we apart that we teach, we also provide the service. That's what makes us unique. That we are on top of the game because we live in it. We're doing it daily.
Tell you, I'm envious, man. You have a nice. I love your business. You know, I just love anything that flies. You know, and I've worked at, lived by the airport, worked at the airport. Everything was, flying this and flying that. I have flown a Huey. I have 100 hours on a Huey.
Imagine.
And a private pilot. I didn't get my license, but I have over 100 hours. Never just got to take the test. But anything that flies, this is a nice business.
And when you fly in a drone, you can also fly with glasses, and that's the closest feeling.
Like the VR, the Oculus,
like the VR, like the Oculus thing. And when you're flying with that, it's the same feeling as flying an airplane.
Now, does it match up with the Oculus, or is it a separate system?
They look alike, but they're separate. There are different companies that have the goggle, because there are a lot of companies getting into the flying with goggles. The feeling is you get the rush, you get the speed, you are up there, you're feeling it.
USA has the Drone Racing League, DRL.
Imagine, like, we got approved to do drone racing. Now it's a sport. There's another way to make money, and now every drone racer, now they are required to have the Part 107 because they're flying commercially. They're making money with the drone, and everyone is getting rules and rules. And guess what? You know what's gonna happen? And they already announced it. Now we're gonna have a test of flying the drone. There is no test right now to fly the drone. Only written test on a computer. But FAA announced they're gonna do the same with like planes.
So do you get grandfathered in if you already have the Part 107, or do you still have to do the actual flying?
They haven't confirmed that yet, but they announced that we're gonna get tests on flying the drone physically.
I better retake your class and get the Part 107 just in case.
Before it gets it getting tougher and tougher every day.
And I bet, because this is not a toy. This is a tool, professional tool. It's a flying aircraft.
Yes, and some people misuse it. Sometimes the news says, "Oh, we caught a drone over the jail. They're dropping something."
I wonder what they dropped in.
Maybe a letter, a love letter.
Love letter. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a love letter.
A happiness letter.
A little bit of contraband there. Okay. Yeah. Are drones safe for kids?
Yes. We train kids.
Because these are dangerous, right?
Yes. We don't use this for kids unless we are outside in the field, and we follow some precautions when we flying. And one of them is to have distance. So if you make a mistake, if you get to move one of the controllers the wrong way,
but your daughter she was 6 years old when you did that video, right?
Right. Yeah.
She was flying the thing like, man.
That's
because they're they're kind of easy to fly, right?
These professional drones, they have lots of technology. They're very stable.
Stabilization, yeah.
So that's why it's easier to fly this than the toy ones. That's why I recommend to start with toy, because it makes you improve your flying skills. You have to really do everything that has to be done to make it fly. So, but when we're training kids, we use toy drones that are well guarded, and the propellers.
Because you can get shields for the propellers,
Yes.
right? That's
Yeah.
the one I fly at the office has the shields.
Correct.
That's
So
why I crash it all the time. Nothing happens to it.
and they don't do anything to anybody or to a property. So those are really cool drones to teach
Because
kids.
I don't realize, but these are very high speed. That's how.
I got a couple cats from them. I got good memories.
You showed me some cuts you've had. No, we've already talked about flying over Shakira's house. We can't do that, right?
No.
Okay. What about flying at night? Can we fly a drone at night?
Yes, if you need to fly at night, you need to attach the light here. Okay,
That's
so
the beacon light you were talking
the
about.
beacon light, so airplanes can see you and other drones can see you. That's how you can comply with the law to fly at night. And then you were mentioning flying over Shakira's property. That applies for
Do you have
anybody.
do you have her address? You know where she... I know Sofia Vergara. We're talking Colombian women now, right?
Only the Colombians.
Okay. Sofia Vergara has a house here, so.
Yeah. I don't know where that is, but it would be nice to fly around. So I was
We'll
saying,
get in trouble doing that. Okay.
Yes. So if you need to fly over a neighborhood, you have to be above 200 feet to comply with the law. And you cannot stay hovering over the property. You can fly by, and that's legal, and then you have to be above 200 feet.
But what about if you're doing a real estate?
You need, well, that's how you need to get a permit to fly, and you need to get hired by the owner of the property, and you only can fly. You can only hover over that property and focus on that property. And then if you need to do something else, you need to let the neighbor know, listen, I need to hover here for a couple minutes because I'm doing a special video, a time lapse, for example. If you're doing a time lapse, it's those videos that go really fast, but you need to stay put in one place. So if you need to do that, you need to let know the rest of the people. You need to let know the surroundings.
That's always a good idea. Yeah, I guess so.
And those are things very creative, and those are catchy videos. And that's how you get the clients, by doing things differently.
Okay, good. And you should not fly these in Canada, okay?
No.
Because they'll take it away from you, and they'll lock your accounts, take your money.
No,
Okay.
they're getting in Canada is crazy. The law is crazy there, and some people they're giving up to the business because they got so many regulations. Even though they are very involved, they got really good businesses, and they were one of the first one that came out with the drone delivery. They have a really good company doing drone delivery up there.
Well, yeah, let's not talk about Canada. Let's go back. Okay. This is a very stable aircraft. Now, can this lift things? I see the feet back here. Can you lift things?
Yes, you can lift things. This is a strong drone, and this is
Is this the one you did the reveal?
yes, this is the one that I used for a reveal. I created a small bot with a deployment, and that's how I made it work. And the company that do drone deliveries, they also sell the kit. If anybody is interested in getting into the drone delivery business, this company from Miami, they sell the kit for this drone, for that drone, for different sizes, for different models, to do the drone delivery. So
Wow.
it's already approved. They got the proof to do that. So there is people doing and taking advantage of the industry.
Wow, that's so cool. Anything else we should know about these drones?
It's so much information that I would like to share more and more and more because it's a lot.
So to get started, the DJI Mini, $350, $400, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's the minimum.
Plus, you want to get extra batteries, right?
Usually, my recommendation is to have a minimum of 3 batteries, because when you're flying, time goes really fast.
How long do you say the Mini lasts? The batteries in the Minis?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yes. And then when you're flying a drone, when you finish the battery, it gets really hot. And then when the battery is hot, you cannot charge it. That's really bad for the battery life. And so you have to let it rest for at least 30 minutes. If you leave it resting, it will cool down, and then you can recharge it. Because if you charge it hot, it will get swollen. It will lose flying time, and it can also explode. So it's something that is not safe to do.
Wow.
So that's why we also recommend to have a minimum of 3 batteries, so you can keep on flying, and then let the other ones cool down, and then put into charge so you can fly throughout the day.
Are there any other companies other than DJI? Because it seems to be like they're the only ones that are doing it right.
Well, they used to have 70% of the market, and now they're up to 50 because the industry growing so much, and other companies saw the potential of the drones. Now we have U.S. companies because this is from China. So now
Is it China or Korea? These are Korea, aren't they?
Korea?
South Korea? I
South
think?
Korea,
Yeah.
somewhere there. They have their eyes are different than us.
Yeah, I understand that these. I thought these were a South Korean company. I hope it's South Korean company. So, what are the other worth mentioning U.S. companies?
Autel is
How do you spell it?
AUTEL.
AUTL.
Yeah, that's a company that's doing really good. They're competing really heavily with DJI.
How can you compete with DJI, man? It's like,
Well,
their technology is like.
yeah, they got some features that other companies don't have. I guess they have a patent on that because not everybody can do things that the DJI has. That's why they're like the Apple of the market. Can I say Apple of the market?
Well, I guess.
Yeah.
And the cameras, 4K. One of the questions I had for you is, can the drones carry a GoPro? But why would you need a GoPro with these cameras, right?
Well,
But I've seen a GoPro attached to them.
the first Phantom came out without a camera, and then after that they attached a GoPro to it, and that's how everything started. Because it came out as a toy, something to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then when they attached the camera, it exploded. Everything, the drone industry exploded right there because they saw the
potential,
videos. Yeah. So nowadays the drone comes with the camera. It's good enough. You don't need no more cameras. There are other drones for other things that they use the GoPro, like the FPV types.
And what's FPV?
First person view.
First.
Those are the ones they have to fly with
With
goggles.
the goggles.
Yeah, because they can go up to 120 or more. There is BMW got into the drone race, and they have a drone that flies 120 miles per hour.
I know they had a competition in Dubai. It was $1 million purse or something like that.
Yeah, a 14-year-old kid won the drone race in Dubai, and now there is a little girl, and guess how old is she?
Oh.
8 years.
Is that your daughter?
No, that's from someone from Asia, and the little kid, 8 years old, and she's beating everybody on drone racing.
Wow.
So anybody, any age, this is something that anybody can do it. That's why we train kids from 6 years old to 99 years old.
Wow, excellent. So let's finish up because we're almost done out of time here. Let's recap what you do at DroneTrainingUS.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, DroneTrainingUS.com. Julio, if you could show it again, it'd be great.
So DroneTrainingUS.com is our domain, that's our website.
So your main is the part 107. That's what you're teaching now, right?
Yes, we're focused on the first step of the industry, that is getting the license,
Okay.
helping people to succeed on a faster pace. So the benefit of working with Drone Training School is that apart from getting the license, we will support you. We will help you get waivers, flight permits, insurance, unlocking the drone because there is a lot of places that it doesn't fly. So we can help you avoid all those issues in no time.
It doesn't fly not because it's bad, it's because
It's regulated.
It's regulated.
By the software, yeah.
Right.
Because
These are GPS. They have GPS and a lot more
Yes.
technology. Okay.
Yeah, they're attached to a satellite, so it knows the location. So when you cannot fly, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna get stuck and you're gonna lose the job. You're gonna lose the customer, and you're gonna look bad. So we help you avoid all those things in no time. We have plenty drones at school. We have all the models, the most common ones. We have it there, and those drones are available for our students. If
Right.
you only have a Mini, but you need a Phantom because you need to do different things, we support you. We help you. We provide you with the equipment.
Okay.
So it's a win-win situation. You get your investment back in no time.
Well, let me tell you, you're doing awesome. You know, I've seen you grown. I saw when you started. You started at our training center at the Doral Chamber of Commerce, and now this is awesome. This is awesome. You're helping a lot of people get a business started. We're in an era of the side hustle. Get your business started. You can do weddings. You can do special events. You can do what else? Reveals, right?
Gender reveals, yeah.
You can get
name it.
hired by for
Look, if you look at the malls, now when you get to the mall, you can see a sign that says, drones doing surveillance. Do not shoot the drones, or because some people get, they feel bad about when they see a drone. But that's why they have signs. They at the mall, now they're doing
malls are doing surveillance
with drones.
Oh, wow.
And they let you
That's
know
awesome.
that you've been filmed by the drone.
Wow.
So you don't have to worry about if you see a drone.
So don't shoot the drone. Okay.
So all the surveillance companies are using drones, and anybody.
That'd be great for police, right?
The police. This is the drone that they use because that drone is good for search and rescue. If anybody get lost in the forest, that's the one That's the drone that you want to use.
And now I can go through the trees without crashing, right?
That too, and you can.
And it's got
see
infrared,
more.
right?
It has an infrared camera,
Wow.
so you can see more.
This is all cool. This is all cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're excited. Thank you for being here today. This is James Tobon from Drone Training US. DroneTrainingUS.com is the website. You've got classes coming up. So please go to the website, DroneTrainingUS.com. My name is Manny Sarmiento, Doral Chamber of Commerce. Want to wish you a great, amazing day. Thank you so much. Thank you, James. Thank you, Julio. Thank you, Juan Esquivel and Nancy Esquivel from this wonderful place right here, Doral Voice Radio. My show is Doral Biz Radio. Manny Sarmiento, Doral Chamber of